Permian Basin called him that we've been sitting on for a month and said, hey, we want you to come back out here. We've got X number of wells we want you to look at. We had 3 more calls that day, all worth just over the next 2 months, well over $1 million worth of business. My point of that is that you can do business or you can do it right. You can treat people right. You can run by ethics. You can run by your moral values. You can run by. Our mission is to be. If you go to what we talk about in Worldwide Business Solutions, it is to maximize people and maximize the resources that we have. And one of those is that we want to maximize the name of our God. We can't do that if we're cheating people, if we're treating people wrong. And so we've been extremely blessed on this journey. Sherry has weathered many, many, many storms, and it is not an easy journey to go down, but it's been well worthwhile. We've gotten to travel. Our kids, I'll let Sherry talk a little bit about that real quick.
When our kids turn 13, we tell them that they get to pick anywhere in the world that they would like to go. And our older son, when he was 13, he is a World War II fanatic, and he wanted to go over to Europe. He called so excited. He's like, oh my goodness, I know why so many men died on that day. It was Tuesday, it was a low tide, and you should see how far it is to the cliffs. And he was in Normandy. And I mean, that was so cool, and he got to do that. And then when Garrison turned 13, he went to Israel, and they actually did that with a mission trip with Beltway, and that was with our church, and that was a blessing. And then Lincoln was 13 last year, and they actually invited Conager, our oldest son, to go with them, since he's such a history person, to go back over to Europe and France and Germany, and they did that tour. Paris and wherever all they went, I'll never get to know because I'm the girl that stays home. But anyway, all the time with the kids. But anyway, but then, because now we have adopted a daughter, guess who gets to go in 3 years, baby? I get to go somewhere. So we'll do our journey in 3 years. So.
And so we love freedom, and you know what? Money doesn't buy happiness, but it does buy freedom. And so we've just asked for more freedom. And the thing you have to ask yourself is, what are you motivated to do? What is it you're put on this earth to do? That's really the question you have to ask. And then, are you willing to go pursue it ad nauseum? You know, I've read about some great leaders over the time. Some of them chase things 40, 50, 60 years. And do we have the pursuit of that? And that's what I pray for, is that the ability to clarify vision and pursue it for the rest of my life. I hope you'll do the same, because you know what? Everyone in here is made in the image of the Almighty. There's something unique about everyone in here. And that's the thing that when you live your uniqueness, don't make your life look like mine. That's not what you're supposed to do. If you'll live your uniqueness, then the world is a better place. But if you try to be like everybody else, if you try to seek comfort and safety all the time, you're going to lose. And so we're in we've been able to live many of the dreams that we had years ago, to take care of our parents, to give opportunities to our children, for my wife to be mostly free. You know, those kinds of things. Those are things that we've been able to see and experience, not because we're so great, but really for the one we serve, who honors and rewards those who seek his ways. And so that's really our story.
When we bought the gymnastics business, because we didn't have the finances to do that, the people that sold us the gym said, we will let you do this, and you can just make payments to us for 2 years till you can have enough background so you can go to the bank and get your own financing. But during this time, you have a walk-away clause. So any point in the first 2 years, we could walk away, no strings attached. And I was like, dude, this is a win-win. And last night we were talking about speaking here today again, and I said, what would our life look like if we would have walked away at 1 year and 11 months and 2 weeks? What if we'd have just gone back to them and said, we are out here? So
gone back to teaching or whatever, which was a little less stressful.
We had to deal with people like Doug.
I get the rebuttal here in about 4 minutes.
So I just want to say again, you're in a great place. For you, if you left work today, and especially if you're an entrepreneur or whatever, I know that you stepped away from work to come here. And it's always a risk, and I promise you, it's little decisions like that over the course of time that make such a huge difference over what you're going to do. And what Mike's put together here and the resources that he has and the expertise that he has gained over all these years, both personally and professionally, as he has learned to walk his own journey but while helping others, I strongly suggest, if you're not inclined or involved with someone else that you can walk through this deal with, then be sure you connect with Venture Call. And it'll be one of the best things you'll do. One final shot. If you don't know what your dream is, this is a great book called The Dream Maker. If you've never read this book, it's phenomenal. I'm sorry, The Dream Giver, but it is a very descriptive analogy of what your journey will be like.
And it's an easy read.
It is an easy read. It's an allegory, but mark it down. It looks like this because we've walked it several times. And so, great book. We got lots of many great books that you can read. But thank you guys for your time and interest. We appreciate your